officer.
How's it going? Good, good. Out doing a walk?
All right.
Yeah, just out walking?
Open carry walk.
Good
to meet you, sir.
Just down the road?
We don't really know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Chief Carver of Lexington Police Department, so got a call just checking to see how everybody's doing today.
Oh yeah, doing well.
We visit with the police department frequently, and it's good practice just to go lay eyeballs on the situation, so that if the citizen calls in, you can go check it out.
Not a problem.
Yeah, just exercising our minds, bodies, and rights.
That's it.
We're off a little bit of that good Mexican food.
I'll tell you what, that was some good stuff too.
All right.
Well, thanks very much for what you do, officer.
All righty.
Appreciate you, sir.
Y'all take care.
Thank you.
Yeah, you too. All right, that wasn't so bad.
No. Was that the same chief you talked to?
No, I don't think that was the same guy.
It's not just reasonable, but frankly, it's about time.
Yeah. He conducted himself very, very well.
Yeah, he looked a little nervous though.
Well, wouldn't you be? If you were him against the three of us.
Yeah, we've only got what 5 guns among the 3 of us, and
you know, coming from a family full of cops, I get it. I really do. My cousin Steve has told me some hellacious stories about some things he's encountered with HPD, but that does not change the fact that the law is the law and your rights are your rights. And if you're really that scared as an officer, wait for some backup.
exactly.
Wait for some backup. Contain the situation, keep eyes on from a distance, and gather some men together if you're that scared.
So we're here.
I justify understand their concern.
So do I.
At
So do
traffic
I.
stops and so on, because you never know what is going to happen. There's a capital murder trial in San Antonio in the sentencing phase.
He's still back there too.
He's still sitting there?
Yeah, he's still sitting there.
He's watching.
But
Which is fine. That's a good.
We're here in Lexington,
this
Texas,
individual
guys.
literally walked up to a police cruiser that was stopped in front of police headquarters and shot him in the head.
Yep.
got stopped, and he just said he got a call and wanted to check on us. So
Shook our hands, did not ask for IDs, and let us go on our way.
that's right. Wasn't like the last time I came here to Lexington when I was stopped and they tried numerous times to identify me, and I was so-called detained. And
I think we just had another one turn off to the right up there.
oh, do we? I'm sure he'll call it in.
About 300-400 yards ahead.
They'll probably just watch us from now on.
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, back to the 25 court case. They figured that playing the national anthem, Shaggy would come to attention, and that would put an end to it. So actually, he was attention, and according to the version I heard, one of the frat boys had the chair over one of the reporter's head.
Oh, really?
And before I've got to move back to broke into the armory. Field artillery took off.
He drove off now. He's gone.
Took off cross country along with the cavalry. The infantry stole the train.
Jeez.
And
They
headed to Waco.
were going to burn Baylor to the ground.
And once again, according to the version I heard,
Ma'am?
Oh, she wanted a picture.
Sure.
oh sure.
How are you? Yeah, just doing a walk, exercising our rights, letting people know what good guys with guns look like.
That's right.
I like that. Are y'all from here?
I'm up the road a little bit.
We got together at a common meeting area about halfway in between.
Sounds like a big trip, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They don't scare me. Okay, so you're from Houston,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm from San Antonio.
San Antonio.
Temple.
You're from, okay, Temple, just
Yep.
right up the
We
road.
had some good Mexican food and we're walking off now.
That's
I
right.
know that feeling. What made y'all choose Lexington?
Well, I had been here before. I do bike rides all over the state for awareness.
Yeah.
And I had been here before, and the last time I came here, I had
Unpleasant.
an unpleasant stopping by the officer.
So was it a
And-
girl officer?
It was a guy.
Oh.
And I had spoken to the chief, and I got the idea. He said that, well, you're lucky it wasn't me. I would have arrested you. And it wasn't. So I've always wanted to come back, and this time on foot instead of on my bike, just to see if everything had changed. Because it's been a couple years now. And so we just got stopped, and it was pleasant. I mean, the officer
He
just said,
identified himself as the chief, and boy, he really impressed me.
yeah.
Yeah, the
I don't think that was the same guy I spoke to, though. I don't. Okay.
I
The
think if it was
officer
2
was-
years ago, we've got it.
Oh, it was at least 3 years ago.
Yeah.
What is
Okay.
this new Jarman? Harmon? Jarman?
Yeah, he was really good.
At any rate, the officer who we just met with was very courteous, very professional, did his job.
Tell
way
the
it should
city
be.
hall. Let the guys at City Hall know.
Okay.
That would be awesome.
Will do.
Yeah.
Will do.
I was definitely
He's
a
not in
much
some
different.
kind of hot water or anything. They're not trying to get rid of him, are
Not
they?
to my knowledge.
Okay,
No.
well, good.
Okay.
No, he's an interim chief right now. You know,
Okay, I was
they-
wondering why he had sergeant stripes on.
Yeah, he was
Okay.
a sergeant. Now he's an interim. I mean, he is a sergeant, but he's an interim chief.
Well, I'll tell you what,
But-
if he
but
conducts
that
himself
means
that
is
way,
I-
he'd be a good chief.
What that means is I do laps around the Capitol for CJR president.
Yeah, here's
I
mine.
do not have one of my VP cards.
Awesome. What's your name?
David Ahmed.
David what?
David Ahmed.
AMAD.
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 Yes, ma'am.
Okay, David. I'm Cindy Terrell. I'm with
Pleased
the
to meet you.
newspaper.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
okay.
Yeah, I'm Rick Briscoe.
Sure.
Hi, Rick. I got that.
Well, you have the
CJ
president.
Grisham. Yes.
You have the
Sorry about the
president,
sweat.
vice president, and legislative director of Open Carry Texas here.
Oh, wow. The
So,
president. Okay, there's president.
He's the president, I'm the vice president,
And you're
and
the
Rick is the legislative director, which
Yeah.
really means he's the important guy.
Right,
He
right.
gets everything done. We just raise Cain.
Yeah, we're just the figureheads.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm a
Second Amendment.
Second Amendment advocate as my husband and all my kids,
Very
my
good.
grandkids, my brothers and my sisters and everybody. This is obviously a town that's pretty much in the same
Yeah.
boat. There's a few, not so much out west of us in the Blue area, but we're
No,
it's a great
been our
community.
experience that
We
most of the smaller communities have got good old common sense.
Yeah.
and we do this,
We were
like I
scared
said.
to death about everybody moving our way.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause
And we do this all over the state,
Yeah,
just
especially
to
from the
because
ones all the way out west in California.
everybody gets these bad ideas about guns, and so we try to show them what good guys with guns look like. You know, we're
Yeah.
smiling, we're waving,
Right.
and just get rid of that stigma that people are
Right.
trying to attach to it.
Right.
And we understand some people are going to call the police because there's a guy with a big shotgun and a big rifle,
Right,
and,
right.
and that's okay as long as the police recognize our rights as well, which they did today.
Right.
So that
Right.
completely changed my idea of Lexington because
Yeah.
I've had a
Oh,
bad
good.
taste in my mouth for 3 years.
How did you hear about us? Did you catch it over the scanner?
No, as a matter of fact, the city secretary was just, I don't have a scanner. I do get dispatch notices, but apparently whoever saw y'all didn't call 911. They just called City Hall. And the
okay.
city secretary came over because she was letting someone in my office know that they need to move their truck. They're doing some pressure washing in the front. And she said, hey, I don't know if you're in the loop or not, but there's some guys. She said, the police just went down to the car wash because there's some guys walking around there with AR-15s,
Yeah, that's what this is.
AR-62s, whatever they are. I mean,
That's a shot.
I have, yeah, well, and we have so many guns, it's ridiculous. And my husband went out and bought me a 9mm.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
Did he consult
we-
you on the choice?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
he's the
well,
one
good
that
for
did
him
it.
because too many guys go out and buy a gun they like.
No. This is he uses a 45 or whatever it is, pistol. You know,
Whatever
you can tell
pleases him.
how intelligent I am.
As long
So-
as you know how to defend yourself.
That's
See,
Well, and that's my.
here's-
I'm
here's the
scared to
point.
death. I won't carry it. but
Not
I'm like,
everybody's got the same size hand.
Right.
And if it doesn't fit you,
Right. They're just
You're
so
not gonna
powerful.
like
That's
it.
the only thing for me.
Well, ma'am, I'll tell you this.
I
It
need-
does not take much of a hole in the bad guy to make him want to stop doing what he's doing.
Exactly.
A 380 is basically a 9mm short. It won't give you any more recoil than about that.
Really.
But from this distance,
Yeah.
if a bad man is coming
Yeah,
at you
yeah.
and you say pop, 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 he's going to stop it.
Yeah.
And I would I'll put it to you this way. Every woman that I give a damn about, I have made sure that number one, she knows how to use it,
Right.
and number two, she has it with her.
Right.
It's
I
very
know I
simple.
need
see,
to-
that's the thing about choosing.
Just
one
practice,
that-
yep.
That's it.
It fits you and that you're not too concerned about the recoil to
Right.
carry it because it doesn't do you any good sitting at home.
I tell you what, it just the thing that opened my eyes because I've shot shotguns and I've shot 22s, you know, and small stuff. I won't hunt because my family does it. I love the deer and I don't want to kill them. I'll eat them. I don't want to be the one to kill 'em.
That's okay.
Yeah.
One of my very good friends, who's no longer with us, was a special forces officer in Vietnam, and the last living thing he shot was a Viet Cong. He was a avid target shooter, but he never shot a living thing
Anything
again
else.
in his life.
Yeah, well, God bless him. God bless him. And it's, for his service, for what he did, and for what he suffered as a result of what he had to do.
Well, ma'am, just remember this. As much as it might disturb you to have to shoot somebody, it's much better than them hurting you.
Right.
And I guarantee you, your husband would agree with that wholeheartedly.
He would. That's why I took
You know,
me again.
learning
It's
to
so
use a
cute.
Learning to use a gun and becoming comfortable with it is just like anything else that you were scared to do for the first time. The first time you got behind the wheel of a car, you were probably a little nervous, but after a little time and practice, it became second nature.
Yeah.
Shooting a pistol and
So
carrying
what
it.
kind, is that a
This,
45?
no ma'am, this is a Taurus PT-845. It's a 45 ACP.
45 caliber.
Okay,
Right.
that's what I
It
mean.
is. I'll take the magazine out here and show you. That's a good size slug right there.
Bullet.
That's a good size slug, and it'll put a good size hole.
That's
in
the
it.
same thing I carry.
And this is the common
This is the 9mm. Now, may I take one out, Rick?
Sure.
And you can see. It doesn't know. Come on.
Is that what mine is?
Yeah, 9mm.
Yeah.
Well, you can see the difference
Oh,
here
yeah.
between the two.
Yeah.
One is much bigger than the other.
Neither
But
one
with-
you want to be hit with.
No.
With modern ballistics, all right, it really comes down to this. This will do more damage than this. This will do more than enough damage. And so, and you can nick him right there in the leg.
Yeah.
You can get him in the big toe.
You're
The
not-
bang and the ouch is going to make him want to turn around.
You're going to shoot for the center.
Right.
They call it
That's what I'm
center
saying. My
mass
husband says
of
you
the
don't shoot
biggest
to
part.
harm. You
No.
That's
All
right.
right, let me ask y'all real quick so I can get back because I left my office open and nobody else is in. How often do y'all do these walkthroughs?
Well, we used to do them a lot more often. I'm in law school right now, and so we've kind of been taking a break. Plus, we had the legislative session, so we've been busy the last 6 months. But I would say I do these at least once a month when I'm not in law school. But we've had about a 2-year hiatus so far, where we've backed off.
Yeah.
So
Quite a bit. We used to do this.
Well, I mean-
almost every weekend we had an open carry walk going somewhere within the state. I mean, and for quite a while, for a couple 3-year span.
How
we would do it.
strong is your organization? How many people do
we've
y'all
got
have
about 55,000 members
throughout the state?
throughout the state. Yeah.
So how many actual, what would you call that, branches or?
Well, we used to do chapters, and the problem is that Facebook started clamping down on gun rights organizations, and a lot of our chapters were getting just banned for no reason.
They shut me down. I'm just a newspaper. Local
Yeah.
community
They
newspaper.
shut you off?
Wow.
They did.
So we shut down all our
What
chapters.
did you do? Write an article
I-
about
I-
the COVID?
well, bingo. That's what it was. And it wasn't what they wanted me to put. And
You
it was
need to
just-
follow State Senator Bob Hall on Facebook. He has periodic videos by all the leading doctors who actually treat patients successfully.
I'm going to a meeting on Sunday in Round Rock with one of the America's frontline doctors.
Okay.
Because unlike Dr. Flip Flop, who's a real bureaucrat, who, to quote the
You're
lady
not talking
doctor
about
from Houston,
Anthony,
Old
are
fat-
you?
old
hasn't
Fauci.
treated a patient in 20 years.
Yeah.
What
These
if someone-
people have successfully treated patients, and many of them. And they advocate for early treatment, like in the first 5 days of
That's
the
right.
onset of symptoms, that keeps people out of hospital.
Right. Or the prophylactic or whatever it's called that is a pre-treatment as soon as you suspect. Anyway, thank you guys.
Well, thank you.
Appreciate it very
Thank
much.
you.
Yep.
God bless you
It was a
all.
Thank you
pleasure
for
to meet
what
you.
you
And
do.
please learn to use that thing and
I
carry it with
will.
you. It will.
We had a
You know what?
threat
Here's
of a
how I
big
sell
rally
it.
down
Here's
here.
how I sell it to women, and it's as simple as this: if you have that thing in your hand, you're just as big and strong as I am.
Yeah.
Don't that sound good?
Take care.
Take care, ma'am. Thank you.
Have a great day.
All right. So we had the local paper here come by and stop and take a picture.
Very good. I am highly impressed.
And I was just going to go to that red building and then turn around. So I mean, this is pretty much downtown right here. Of course, I didn't know we were going to stop right in front of a bunch of kids playing.
Yeah.
I was a little uncomfortable with that.
Are you still on? Are you still
Yeah.
alive? Hey, world! Did you notice the kids are just fine?
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Kids were playing right across at the, well, I guess it was like a church school or
That
something.
was the safest schoolyard in the world for a few minutes.
And you notice they didn't go into lockdown and
Nope.
didn't have to scare their kids.
None of that.
And the kids saw guys with guns and then nothing happened. Look at that.
Well, that's how we spread the gospel. One incident like this at a time.
That's right. And I like these positive incidents because
Yes.
when I go to court with Olmos Park and, you know, they try to pull this stuff, I can just pull out all these videos of all these great encounters with cops. You know, they got calls too.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't they order me on the ground at gunpoint?
Yeah, and then tase you and bust the back of your head open.
Exactly.
Did your lawyer bust their lawyer's chops over the deadly force?
Well, all we've done is I was just showing you that's pretty much the square, town square. I guess we can go over here.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I like this little town.
But no, it was just a deposition, so we didn't. When it got to my attorney's turn, we just said we'll save our questioning for court.
Okay.
Was that the legalistic version of, I'm not going to bother breaking a sweat with you right now because I know I'm going to whoop your ass later on.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like I like to describe special effects and light scenes are entirely different affair from all these computer-generated graphics.
Yep.
Well, let's see what this
They didn't
says.
have all the fancy techniques, and what they did is they used a lot of shadows. And the shadows
Oh, the Lexington Leader. That's what the paper's called.
Devil Lugosi and all of his. Yep.
And on top of all that,
So Heritage Square.
what it is.
Well, it's just okay. Thought there was something like historical here.
Are we off air?
No, I can go off air though since we're done. All right, guys. Let me just finish this here. Hang on.
Oh, that must be wrong.
Yeah, I was just saying. Yeah, there's the city of Lexington. I think the police department's just right over here. Or heck, it might even be that building that he's
Looks like a
washing right
government
now,
car.
if I remember correctly.
Right.
We're gonna take a shot of all these buildings. That's
But here's the
I
old
love that, don't you? I
the
just
old
love it.
downtown.
Especially look at that.
I love these small. Yeah, I love these small town like blocks.
Top is where you live.
Oh, we found you.
The school district put out a shelter-in-place notice because
Are you got to be kidding me?
Well, we always stay away from the schools too.
well, the band students are there doing whatever they do. They're practicing in the volleyball and football guys. But
Did they make them go in?
yeah,
Oh my gosh. There's a reason we don't even go near the schools. All right.
Thank you, ma'am.
well.
tell the city what they'll send out the tape.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell them the only threat we represent is talking people to death.
The only threat we represent is talking people to death.
Put out a
All right.
shelter in
Well,
place
let's.
because somebody was acting like an American.
Yeah.
What in the hell?
Oh my gosh, someone in town has a gun.
Shut the school down.
Shut the school down, even though it's nowhere near us. This is the thing. See, so here let's talk about that a second.
Well, it's that kind of bureaucratic nonsense and politically correct crap that just drives me crazy.
Talk to me, both of them.
He's taking a picture of my crotch. but I mean,
This will make you look tall.
this is the so here's the thing, David. We were over there at a private school essentially, or at least a private,
I think that's what it
like
was.
a daycare or
Don't
something.
you
Oh,
look
nice.
tall?
I like that.
Yeah, that
So
is nice.
we're at a
Wait, let's
private
see how skinny
daycare.
I am.
There's kids outside playing, school-age kids.
Still got a little bit to go.
They do nothing. the kids are just fine. The school, the church doesn't bring all the kids inside and scare the shit out of them,
Right.
Because it's a private place. But the public schools, by golly, we have got to scare the shit out of kids.
They lost their
We've-
damn mind.
We've got to make sure that kids are afraid of guns, so that one day they grow up to hate guns
And vote against them.
and they can vote against them when they're older.
Yep.
And that's what that's all about.
That's the Democrat strategy.
That's the Democrat strategy, and it's just absolute nonsense.
Well, it's indoctrination is what it is.
Yeah,
It is literally no different than what was done in communist China, Vietnam, Cambodia, the list goes on. It is not allowing people to make up their own mind for themselves.
Did it?
He gave us a hooker.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay. It is not giving people the facts and letting them think for themselves. It's telling them what they should think
Right.
in the effort to get a particular end result.
Hang on, what's that?
Are y'all familiar with Snow's barbecue?
No matter.
Snows?
Isn't it
Yeah.
down this way?
They're open
Or
Saturday mornings only.
Yeah, they're only open on Saturday morning. For
Don't they, like, have
Y'all doing
award-winning?
selfies and stuff?
Oh, yeah,
Well,
they're-
they're
Okay.
number one
They,
in
they
Texas
make the
2
short
different
list
times.
of best barbecue in
Yeah,
Texas.
that's right. In 2008 they were selected the best, and in 2018, I guess it was, they were selected again.
Well,
This
shame
town
on me,
is
I've
just
never heard of 'em.
covered up on Saturdays. Just Google Snow's Barbecue.
Because
Okay.
Right around the corner.
Oh, we'll
That's
go
a
by
good
there then.
selfie.
people
yeah, we'll go by there.
people
That's a good
stand in line hours
They do,
before they
for hours
open,
and hours.
and that's really unfortunate. I stood in line twice at Aaron Franklin's place. One time, they do a head count of people. They think, here's the last one. We can promise you'll get something,
Right.
not necessarily what
Right.
he wants, but something to eat. And they write last man standing, and I was the last man standing.
That's right.
And they
Aaron
come
Franklin's a
out
good guy.
and give it to somebody, and your duty as the last man standing is to tell anyone who comes up like David, I'm the last man standing. That means
You
are
may not
going-
get anything.
That's right.
And people still stand
Right.
around.
I know.
Well, I don't know if
Franklin's right up there with
Well,
Snow.
when
Some-
I walked in with that, I was doing this and smiling at Franklin. He made a really special plate for me.
Did he?
If I'd have
Well,
died and gone to heaven, I
That's
would
the
have been
plate you would've
happy.
wanted.
I'm really a little disappointed that the school would do that, because one of the things that we're really big about is we're scaring kids for no reason. We're nowhere nearby.
exactly right.
The police have already stopped us.
That's exactly
We've
right.
talked to people. There's nothing to be afraid of,
Yeah,
and
you know
yet
what?
they're
That's a
scaring
very
the
good point.
kids.
So let me get this straight. We've talked to a reporter and the chief of police, and everything's fine. But let's lock down the school anyway and make the band guys and,
I
the
don't
football
know how
players
the
and all
word
the
got
athletes
off
go
out to
inside.
them.
And
Yeah.
It would have been something.
I'll bet a cold Coca-Cola they didn't call the police and ask if they were aware of this.
Sure.
Oh, look, here it is. It's down in Giddings now. It's Facebook has done it.
What's down in Giddings? A
Um,
lockdown?
No, the word is, we have been advised that law enforcement is dealing with some individuals out on the loop, and so have pulled kids into shelter in place. I think normal duties inside are fine for adults. This was Michelle at work, whoever that is. Anyway, so it was on Facebook, and one of my informants down there,
Howdy.
How you doing?
How are you, sir?
she said,
That's a proud boy.
"Yeah, these are brown boys."
That's the occasion.
Oh,
We're
Just
having
exercising our rights.
we're having a little walk after lunch to walk off some of that
We're
good
having
Mexican
lunch
food.
here.
Yep.
Cool. Welcome.
thank you.
sir.
Thank you,
Beautiful
sir.
town.
You
Too
have
bad
a
you're not a
Concord
television
Street.
reporter, because I'd give you an
If
interview
they
right
do, we
now,
gotta
letting them know
find
what I
out.
think about
Concord Street?
Yeah, Lexington and Concord.
Oh,
What did you say?
Concord and Lexington? Lexington and Concord, yeah.
Yeah,
that. Oh, that'd be a good one.
All right, well, take care. Thank you.
All right.
Well,
Do you know if there's a street named Concord?
There's not this time.
No, but there is a laundromat called the Scrubbing Eagle.
Well, it's close.
Uh-oh.
Look at that.
all right, we're going to go check out that barbecue place.
Any 101st guys ought to get a kick out of this.
Okay. Oh, my.
I've gotten to the point of standing in line for hours.
Oh, I wouldn't do that for all the tea in China.
I've done it in Franklin. I'm glad I did it. I
So,
don't think I'd ever
did she
do
say
it.
Giddings police were putting stuff out?
She said the word had gotten down to Giddings. So she didn't elaborate on it.
We just left Giddings.
Yeah, no kidding.
and no one died.
Nope.
What's our motto? And on this day, nothing happened?
On this day in history, it will be noted that armed citizens assembled and nothing happened.
Yep. Well, that's how it usually goes. How many times have we done this? A couple, 3,000?
Yeah.
And nobody has gotten hurt.
So here's
much less died.
here's my question. If I just decide I'm going to walk around town forever, are they just never going to let the kids out of school?
You know what? One of these days we might ought to see if we can't organize something to find out. Have a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week patrol for
Yeah.
about a month
A
straight.
walkathon, huh?
Yeah.
So Snow's Barbecue, guys. This is the #1 barbecue several years
Open Saturday.
in the
only.
entire state of Texas, and has been judged #1. And it's here in this itty bitty town of Lexington, Texas, where apparently the officers are okay, but the education department's still jacked up. And the paper's okay.
Well, boys, it is apparent to me there is still much work to be done.
Snow's Barbecue. It's so simple too. You would never guess this is the #1 barbecue joint
Not in a million years.
in Texas. First of all, you'd never find it
No.
because it's not even on the main road. Oh, they even have a merchandise shack. That's how good they are.
Oh, wow.
We traveled the distance. We stood in the long line. We ate the #1 barbecue in Texas.
I wonder exactly what it is that makes it the #1 barbecue in Texas.
Well, that was based
So if
on
you're anywhere near Lexington, guys,
review of all the barbecue places.
Larry Diffie says he makes the best brisket in Texas.
Who does?
Larry Diffie.
Well, he might. He met Larry. He's a member. Matter of fact, he's from not very far from here.
Well,
Yeah, there you go. Go get a deck of cards and sit across the street from the school and play spades.
there's eating barbecue and there's competition barbecue.
Right.
They're different.
Well, I'll tell you this. I don't think I've ever had any bad barbecue in Texas. I have had it in other places.
I've had some dry barbecue.
I've had
Yeah.
some that, to be charitable, wasn't very good at all. It was at the Coopers in New Braunfels. The brisket was dry, hard.
Take care, Larry. Tell David to call me later.
even hard-
Will do, Larry. Will do.
Hard to slice with the knife they had.
We should put you in the
That's-
lead
that's
so
not
we
that-
walk at your pace.
That's not that place that the three of us met at that time in New Braunfels, was it?
No, we met at, I think, Rudy's.
Yeah.
Rudy's
that's
is good.
You're right, Rudy.
We
Rick, if
also
you're
have a Blacks, original Blacks in the Braunfels now.
Rick, how you holding up? You good?
Okay.
If it gets to the point you need me to, let me know and I'll double time it back and get my car.
I'll put you on my shoulders.
No, that's okay.
Want to do the fireman carry?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just walk slowly.
Nothing wrong with that.
It's sort of a race these days. I mean, my leg issues because of my back or my hips are running out of wind.
Well, if
And on any given day, there may be.
Is your warranty expiring on your hips?
I'm afraid it may be.
well, Rick, I guarantee you we've got a mile or better still to go. If you need me to, I'll go get the
I'm
truck.
doing okay.
Okay.
That's-
Will you let me know if that changes?
I just have to go slowly.
Well, I understand, buddy. I will be 53 in January, and I'm nowhere near as fast as I used to be. In fact, went out to coach Little League with a couple of boys that I used to coach in Little League, who now have kids old enough to play in Little League football.
Wow.
And Cody Cup, my boy Jake's one of his good friends that they played football together. His little brother Josh decides, I'm gonna cover you, old man, run a pass pattern. Well, I burned him pretty good on that one. But then he says, all right, now you cover me. And then he burned me pretty good. So, which tells me I am now good for one.
Well, as a guy about to turn 30, I'm starting to feel it as well.
Uh-huh.
Look, the B-52, one of our frontline combat aircraft.
Yep.
There are pilots presently flying it who are grandsons of pilots who've flown it before.
Oh, I believe you. did that thing come into service? Late 50s?
Early 50s.
Early 50s?
Well, actually, first flight was in 52 of the prototype. And
Wasn't there one of those that was prop driven?
there was a B-29 during World War II.
Right.
Then there was the B-50, which was an updated version of the B-29 that flew briefly. Then there was the B-36 that was combination prop driven. Howdy.
Hey, how you doing?
Combination of recip and jet engines.
Okay.
As the expression went, 6 turning, 4 burning. It still holds world records for a number of engines lost on takeoff at Shem.
And still got into the air.
Well, briefly, and then it crashed.
All right, we just need to cross the road. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to. Where's that church at?
It's right on the
Oh, that was it right there, right?
Talking about the school?
Yeah.
The kids were? I believe it's right there.
Okay, yeah, so we can,
That's the road going across.
I'm in church.
yeah, so we can cross and not be closer.
Right.
I didn't want to get that close to the kids.
No.
Yeah, the road spins back to the left up there.
All right.
Locking down the schools.
Such
Because
nonsense.
we're out. And how far away from here was that damn high school? A mile and a half?
Oh, well, and then there's a middle school over on the other side of the highway, or right next to the highway.
So essentially, we're nowhere near them.
We're nowhere near
and
them.
on top of that, the chief himself has come out and spoken to us.
Yeah.
So, but let's just shut everything down and make everybody go inside. No football practice, no band practice, no baseball practice, nothing.
No, because people are peacefully exercising their rights.
Dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Well, I was about to tell a lady thing with the newspaper about one of my favorite YouTube videos. I'm not sure if it's still up. But someone has a 9mm, an empty magazine, and a magazine's worth of ammo next to it. And it runs about 10 minutes. And he finally cuts it off and saying, "It didn't do a darn thing."
Well, I don't know how true it is, but I saw some kind of a story about a man who was somewhere out in the desert of New Mexico or Arizona or maybe even Utah and came across an old Winchester lever action rifle from like the late 1890s leaning up against a tree. Rusty as hell and in bad shape, but leaning there.
Yeah.
And had been there for decades.
Oh, wow, it's probably growing into
And-
the tree.
Yeah. And hadn't gotten up and killed anybody.
So this is what's even more. So, Rick, how old are you?
I am 73.
Okay, so the average age is about 58. Yeah,
Almost, yeah.
57 maybe is the average, because Rick is pulling up the numbers there a little bit. But average. When was the last time 3 old men, all with back problems, and
2 of us was like,
Hey,
2 of us with white beards have ever?
yourself up there, pale face. My back's better now that I've lost this 40 pounds.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to remember when the last mass shooter or even like shooter was, in our age group.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bunch of old guys. And if
know.
a bunch of old guys can get out here and walk around and raise awareness, then all you young guys and gals
Amen.
there on YouTube can do the same thing.
Amen to that. Where are y'all?
Just got to get out there. I'm going to probably cut this off in a minute because I don't think we're going to have any more issues. We're almost back at our vehicle, so I'm going to actually cut this off. We were in Lexington, Texas. A couple years ago, I had not a great experience here. It wasn't super bad, but he tried to make it bad, but I stood up for myself. And this time it was much greater. When I had spoken to the chief at the time, he said he would have arrested me. So I was supposed to come back. I told him I'll be back. I just didn't know when. But I'll hold you to that. We'll see what happens. And apparently they've got a new chief now. and that didn't happen. So we're good to go. But anyway, you guys take care, be safe, and be free, and I'll see you next time.